Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And just when you thought it was safe to go back on CNN, Joe Biden, they pull the rug out from under you again. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you want to see Joe Biden leave that White House, please hit the join button and join us here as a member on this channel. Guys, the news just keeps getting worse for President Joe Biden. After a disastrous debate performance that we're going to be talking about for a long time, it's going to go into the history books. Monumentally disastrous. And they blamed his speech, and they blamed, he's got a stuttering problem. Joe Biden's had a stuttering problem his whole life. Never sounded like that. Oh, well, he had a cold. Well, that cold suddenly disappeared when he made appearances after the debate. I mean, in hours, the cold magically disappeared. Joe Biden was in rare form in that debate. And the problem that Joe Biden faces is that heading into that debate, he was behind in the polls. Typically, the person who wins the debate gets a bump in the polls in the next 3, 4, 5 days. And you're going to probably see that next week. Well, as CNN's Harry Enten, who is their data analyst, says, and believe me, I don't think he's a fan of Donald Trump, but as he says in his analysis here that I'm about to show you, historically that's happened to 3 people, and all 3 of those people lost their election bids. I want you to take a look at this, and then please leave your comments. Let me know if you think Joe Biden and his presidency are absolutely finished.
The campaign trail waits for no man, and that is exactly where President Biden is this morning, as is Donald Trump. But the debate is front and center in voters' minds. CNN senior data reporter Harry Enten joining me now with a look at how this all stacks up historically. How bad was Biden's performance in the mind of voters as they watch this on a historical level?
Yeah, the title of this, I have this title page every single time. This time it's Trump's first debate victory. And that has 2 meanings. The first is that, last night was the first debate of this cycle. But the second is it's actually his first general debate victory in the minds of the voters ever. 2016, Hillary Clinton won all the debates. Last time around, Joe Biden won all the debates. Here's the first debate winner margins dating back to 2012. Look here. Mitt Romney won by 42 points. Hillary Clinton just won by 13. Joe Biden last time around won by 32. Look at this. This year is the exact inverse of where we were 4 years ago. Donald Trump won this debate by 34 points by a 67 to 33% margin. So the fact of the matter is Donald Trump's performance last night was the best performance he ever put forth in the American voters' minds on a debate stage, or it could be argued that Joe Biden's debate performance was so bad that he managed to make Donald Trump actually look good.
With that 34-point lead, does this mean, can we just go ahead and assume that this is going to give him a bump when it comes to what voters will do?
History isn't always precedent, but in this particular case, poll bump after winning the first debate. Look at this. Joe Biden last time around got a poll bump. Hillary Clinton got a poll bump in 2016. Mitt Romney, after winning the first debate, got a poll bump in 2012. And in 2008, Barack Obama got a poll bump. And if you look on average across those 4 different first debates, guess what? The person who won the debate gained 4 points on average. And of course, at this particular point, what we were dealing with going into this particular debate, if you looked at that CNN polls yesterday, Donald Trump was already ahead by 2 points. So if you apply that, you could end up, if history holds, on average, you could be looking at a mid-single-digit lead for Donald Trump. And you know what? Again, we're talking about unprecedented debate performances for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, outside of the convention after the RNC in 2016, has never held such a large lead as this could potentially end up being if history holds. Of course, history isn't always precedent. We don't know what exactly will happen. But if you're looking back at history at this point, this history is very bad for the man who won the first debate 4 years ago.
If history is a guide,
correct,
as we all say. Have an incumbent in the past face something like what is happening with Joe Biden now. What has that meant for them?
Nothing good. Nothing good, Sarah Seidner. Nothing good for them. All right, incumbents who trailed prior to and then lost the first debate. Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Well, we don't know what's going to happen this year, but we know what happened with the 3 other guys. And you know what happened with them? They were one and done. They all lost re-election. And at this particular case, Joe Biden, you're looking at those polls right now, looking at those post-debate polls, looking at that Democratic panic. There's really no good news except for the fact that, fortunately for Joe Biden, the election isn't today or tomorrow. It's in November, because he's going to need that time to make up for what was a historically bad performance for the current president of the United States.
We should also mention there is also another debate. There is a lot of debate amongst those watching as to whether that is actually going to happen. So we will wait and see.
We're going to have to wait and see. But last night, there was nothing good for this man.
All right. Harry Ensign, thank you so much. Kate?
Fact checkers, they had to work overtime last night. We're talking about Donald Trump because of Donald Trump's